When you're opening up a contracting business, I would definitely recommend that you open up a corporation. The reason why I would say that you would open up a corporation is because a corporation has limited liabilities. A corporation is a separate legal entity from yourself. And when you're opening up a business, you're magnifying the risk. The law in America is that the business owner is responsible for the acts of his employees which occur in the activities that they're being employed for. So if you take the example of somebody who's driving a delivery truck, if those person's a sole proprietor, they have their regular insurance, they're driving their delivery truck, their risk is low and they have insurance, so perhaps that person might be able to get away with just a regular business certificate. But when you have a regular business certificate, you're personally liable. But take that same person when he scales up his business and now he has 15 trucks. He has 15 trucks. That means he's magnified his liability by more than 15 times. He's got 15 people driving around the city with his name on their forehead. If these guys get into an accident, he's the one who's going to get blamed. If these guys are drinking at lunch and they run over a small child, his head is on the chopping block. So in that case, there's no question about it that the person should have a corporation. Now, getting back to a contractor is a dangerous occupation because people are using saws, people are using hammers, people are building walls and roofs which can fall down. And you want to limit your exposure. Now, yes, you do have liability insurance, but there are certain exclusions in those liabilities. And furthermore, there's limits to the liabilities. You can have a $300,000 limit, a $500,000 or $1 million limit, or you can get an umbrella. But most people are trying to save money, so they try to keep the limits low. But then if an accident happens, you need that second layer to help protect your personal assets. Now, there are different types of corporations. There's a C corporation, there's an S corporation, there's an LLC. The C corporation is the first one that's formed. When you form a corporation, it starts off as a C corporation. That C corporation can then be chosen to turn into an S corporation. The major difference is that the losses or gains in the C corporation stay in the C corporation, and the losses or gains on the S corporation flow through to the owner. So in certain circumstances, like let's say you have a job and you're making $50,000 a year and you're planning on spending lots of advertising the first year to set up your business. And if you're spending lots of advertising, you might show a loss because you're using the advertising to gain clients or customers. So in that case, you would want to take that loss and write it off against your personal income from your job. If, however, you're planning on quitting your job altogether and you're going to be full-time in your corporation and you're not planning on making a profit the first year, the C corporation is a great vessel to carry that loss forward to the next year. When you make the $1 million, then you'll have the loss from the previous year that you can write off against your taxes.